Whenever it's a situation where teams have people who have won Stanley Cups, they know what the ups and downs are about, the confidence that those players that have that experience are able to bring through a series.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've been to the end, so we know what it's going to take to get rounds. And for us, as a group, I think overall just sticking together. At the end of the day, it's one game, and we have another good one tonight. So you got to move on mindset-wise and reset.
How much or how little do you talk to Alexander Georgiev about staying at home? Because he wasn't with you for 22, he hasn't been through that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's different for everybody. I think it's easy to say, and it's easy to just like kind of let you guys be like, you got to reset mentally. But at the end of the day, we're a family in here, and we all got to support each other. So regardless of if that's just helping him out, giving him some positive self-talk or whatnot, but I think for him mentally, it's just hitting that reset button, and we're all together as a team, and nobody's on the island. So.
Nikolaj, one of the things that really stuck out about your line was maybe amid all the chaos, you guys kind of kept it routine, if you will, in terms of playing the way that you want to play. Is that kind of what your mindset was coming out of game one?
It was. I still think we had some shifts with a little chaos, but I think we played well. We created some chances. We got to be a little better in the D zone, not giving up too much. And then we got to have a little more patience with the puck in all three zones and support each other a little more. So we talked about what we want to change for this game tonight, and hopefully we can go out and do that.
They talk about how it had been since 2019 since you played a game in front of a home whiteout crowd. So how would you rate the overall experience of just the atmosphere and how much fun, I guess, that was?
Well, I haven't jumped on the bench like I did last game for the first goal since probably 2019. So that explains it. It's fantastic. You know, you come out there for the first period and the building is buzzing. The True North is as loud as I've ever heard it. And during the game, it's, you know, you focus on the game, but you still hear it. So it's a pretty bright rink out there when everybody's wearing white. So maybe some guys need some tinted visors. I don't know, but it's a lot of fun. This is pretty great.
You hear about home ice advantage. Is that an example where, like, you guys really feel like being at home, you can channel that energy from the crowd and really build momentum?
Well, that's kind of what I said before game one. You're looking to get the crowd into the game and be that extra guy out there. And I think they did a pretty good job of that. We're not looking to give them a show like we did last game. I don't think Colorado is either. So it's going to be a great game out there tonight.
Nikolaj, all the adjustments that you described in your first answer sound a lot like the tweaks that you make to your system and structure during the season to try to correct what isn't going according to plan. So in that regard, was it a pretty familiar and quick fix for what you need to do tonight?
I mean, I was just talking about my line before. The fixes tonight, hopefully you'll see them, and we won't give up as much.
You were talking about, and so was Tyler, so was your coach, about your line holding on to the puck more. Seems to be like a big theme for you going into this game. What is it about them last game that challenged you to maybe not hold on to it as long, and how do you overcome that challenge?
I mean, they're obviously a really good team. Everybody saw that last game. They got a lot of speed. They're on you pretty quick. They don't give you a lot of room. But, you know, they did a good job, but we also didn't do good enough of a job to support each other when they were on you quick. That's when you want to get the second guy close to you and lay it into him. You know, maybe get it to the D and get a quick shot to the net with the guy in front of the net. So it all sounds really simple, and hopefully it is for our line tonight to be able to go out and change that. So,
Rick Bowness was talking yesterday about the calming influence that Connor Hellebuck has. How much do you guys see that, whether it's a game like you had the other night or one that's a little more your style?
He's, for us, the best goalie in the league. And, LB is right up there as well. So when you got two goalies like that, who mentally are extremely strong, and they let one in and they don't believe that should have gone in at all. Every single goal that they let in. So you need that, and they're fantastic for us. And like you said yourself, they've throughout this whole season they've won games for us, and they keep doing that. So we're pretty lucky.
Nick, when Nathan MacKinnon gets wound up with the speed that he has, it kind of reminds me of not a lot of players, but you're one of those guys who has that speed, that slingshot speed like he does. You watch him to pick up on his game and see the things that he does at speed and see if there's anything there you can add?
You always look at the top guys in this league, and him this year, he's definitely been up there. For me, maybe maybe the best in the league this year. So you look at other guys and see what they do with the puck, without the puck. How they change their speed to confuse the defense. So yeah, you do. I mean, I watch a lot of hockey. So you do pick up on a few things and try to implement that in the way that you play and see if it works for you, and if it doesn't, you find something else. So yeah, he's definitely a player that a lot of players in this league that look up to, and you're always looking for that little extra thing that can change your game. So yeah.
How would you describe the impact Sean Monahan's had of your group?
I mean, he's a pretty funny dude. I know you meant on the ice as well, but he's obviously a great player. What he's been able to do since he got here speaks for himself, and he's a very experienced guy that just goes out there and works hard, makes the right plays, is in the right positions, reads the game really well. And like I said, off the ice, he's a really funny guy, and gels well with everyone, and got some good jokes out there. So he's been a huge addition to this group.
Thank you.
How familiar is that for you? Because a lot of the things that he was talking about seems like tweaks that you do through the course of the regular season when things get away from your structure.
Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily adjustments where we have to do anything different. It's just executing what we want to do in all aspects of our game. I think that wasn't our top game for sure. There's a lot of things that we can do better, so it's not like we have to reinvent the wheel or change things. It's just get back to what we do.
Because the way that the Avalanche pushed the pace, the way they dominated possession, in some ways did it surprise you to what extent they were able to do that in game one?
No, I think we got exactly what we thought we'd get from them. We knew the first 3 games we played them in the regular season wasn't the true Colorado Avalanche. Obviously, there was injuries and then player personnel in and out and stuff like that. So we knew we were going to get their best game here, or a top game from them in game 1, and we knew they'd come out hard, and they did that. And I think they did a lot of good things, and that maybe we were surprised in certain areas with some pressure where we didn't see that in the regular season, but overall there was no surprises. And at the end of the day, it's about us. We do that against any team. We focus on what we can control, win or loss, good or bad. We always are pretty honest with our game and our review and what we can do better.
The way that you and Josh and Adam's line, which seemed to be the 5-man unit that was out there most frequently against MacKinnon's line, it's like you managed to limit the damage. So in that regard, how would you rate your ability to try to nullify their most dangerous unit?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a big task, and as much as it was us, I think it was other guys as well that were out there. Those guys play a lot of minutes. That top line plays a ton of minutes, so it's going to be a couple of 5-man units out there. I would say overall, I think we did an okay job. I think we can do better. I think, I feel like sometimes after games you come out on top and you feel like you can do better, and sometimes they might come out on top and you feel like you did a lot of good things. So I think there were some things that we can do better in all three zones against that line, where we can maybe have the puck a little bit more, maybe not play as much defense. So, but kudos to them. I think those are top players in this world on that line, and it's a big task. But I think guys in here are excited for that challenge every night.
What's it like when MacKinnon is winding it up and kind of you're the last thing between him and the net, let's say?
Yeah, I mean, it's you'd like to maybe impede his progress a little bit. Obviously, once he gets going, he's a tough guy to stop. You have to respect his speed and how powerful he is. And then when he delays or creates separation, there's quite a bit of separation when he delays. So it's a big task, but this is what you kind of play for. This is what you love to do, is that challenge and go against the best guys in the world, and you try to give them all and make life hard on them. So it's a great task. He's a fantastic player. Obviously, he's had an amazing year and amazing career so far. So it's a fun challenge.
Fastest guy.
I don't know. I mean, definitely one of the more powerful guys. Sometimes, he doesn't look like he's going like that one at the beginning of the third period. I like to say I thought I had him, and he flew right by me. And people say he can absolutely fly. He's super powerful. You just gotta hopefully do the job against him. All right.
Thank you.
Feel it as a player when you silence such a loud arena like that after some of those goals against you? It's the quietest I've ever heard.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the goal, obviously, to try to silence them and try not to give momentum, because obviously home team gets ramped up and gets some momentum when the crowd gets into it after big hits or big goals like they scored a couple there. So, but we try to silence them, try to get an early goal again tonight. That's the plan. And hopefully go from there better than last game.
How do you make sure you guys are going into this game with the right mindset? You said looking for a bounce back. How do you make sure that you guys are dialed in right? Is this where the experience comes in?
I think so. Yeah, experience. I think last year we lost the game 1 as well. I think we have a lot of guys with playoff experience in the room, and just it's about resetting and forgetting about what happened. We know they're gonna be better too, so we can't be too happy with what we did last game, because we're pretty good, but we still lost, so it's 1-0 for them. So obviously a big game for us, but it's all about resetting mentally.
What is the significance of so many different goal scorers contributing in Game 1?
It's good. I think it's good to get a good start to the playoffs, and a lot of guys getting on the board and helping the team that way. I think it gives confidence for the group and going forward. I think every time you can get 6 goals on a goalie like that and team like who can defend, I think it gives confidence to our offense that we can create. But it takes hard work. Like I said, they're gonna be better tonight, so we gotta ramp it up even more.
Mikko, we were talking to Jared yesterday. As much as the whiteout is a big deal here, I'm guessing it's a pump up for the visiting teams as well to be in that kind of an environment.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, obviously they're against us, but I think we feed off of their energy as well. It's so nice to play in these atmospheres, and when the crowd is like that, and the whiteout is pretty nice. So we try to get energy as much as they are.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Last game, the off day, how do you think this team is positioned to bounce back?
Just another opportunity tonight to try to steal a game. We got to tighten it up a little bit defensively. Thought we did some good things, but definitely need to be tighter there, and hopefully get a win.
What are the specifics of tightening up defensively? I don't need you to get into the whole thing, but is there a theme of what you guys need to work on defensively?
Nothing to work on. Just covering the slot a little more, I guess. Being in the right areas. But I thought our intention was really good. It's just being a little more conscious, I guess.
Talking with your head coach after that last game, there were plenty of opportunities in that game. The crowd getting on top of you, things going the way they went for the team to kind of pack it in. What do you think it says about the team, the way that you guys pushed the way you did until the end of that game?
Yeah, I mean, that's our job. The best part about being in the sport we are is we get to be resilient, we get to compete, and we have a bunch of guys in this room that love to compete no matter the circumstances, and no matter how the series plays out, we're not going to quit, and that's definitely a sign of any winning team is resilience, and when we won we had a ton of that, and I see a lot of the same traits in this team.